Hello everybody, this is EPN10, and today I am going to bring you gameplay of the new scientist variant, the Paleontologist. This is the fire variant for the scientist, and his use is mid-range, although you could shoot as long as an enemy is still. You could basically shoot them from across the map, and you'll see that a bit later. So yeah, he's enlisted for mid-range, but he works at close range and at long range. As a former marine biologist user, I'm gonna tell you that he doesn't output the same damage as him. I'm gonna tell you that from here on out. So don't, like, marine biologist, the first thing you would do is basically teleport to a garden and just wipe out like all the plants there. This doesn't work like that for this guy because his fire rate is much slower. And he doesn't output as much damage, although his fire damage, does a lot. As you can see, I did 42 and 42 damage. So yeah, once you're at that close range, you'll do 42 damage, which is pretty damn good. You could vanquish plants within seconds. But like, never engage in a fight where there's like 2v1, because you'll probably get destroyed. So yeah. As a player who had to move on from the marine biologist, I had to learn this the hard way because I got really sloppy with him in the beginning. And yeah, as you can see, aiming at close range could take some practicing. It's not as easy as a marine biologist, but yeah. And the heal station, I use the cheetah heal station, but you could also use the regular one, not the armored one. The armored one is a piece of crap, so never use that. I don't even know why that's in the game. It just wastes its time. Like it just causes everybody to wait next to the heal station like for hours and stuff, and that's the last thing you want to do because time is everything in GNG. So yeah, you could use that or the other one, and you'll probably be using the heal station for yourself a lot of the time. So yeah. And since before, for the marine biologist, I used to have this strategy where I hit and run. So basically, the warp, you have to use this warp no matter what. The first warp, it's probably the best warp in my opinion. So the first one I would use to hit, basically teleport to the person and hit them, and the second one I would use to run away. But since the paleontologist, since he's not as good as close range as the marine, you're not going to be frequently teleporting to somebody and using it. So yeah, like, you'll probably use this a lot to run away. You could also use it to hit as well, as long as there's like only one person. Like if there's two or something, don't even bother. Although it's possible, but yeah, it's not really worth it because you'll probably die immediately. And as you can see, it does 17 damage. It pretty much does this from that range and every other range. Like it always does 17 damage no matter how far you are, like from that range and up. So yeah. And as I said earlier, as long as the enemy is perfectly still, you could hit them from like pretty much any distance. And like the projectile this guy throws is kind of thin, and I don't know, it's kind of weird. So like you can't, you have to practice. Like you have to anticipate where your opponent will move next, and then it could go to them, because the projectile is rather, like, it doesn't look slow, but like compared to others, like, it's really slow. Therefore, like, you'll probably miss a lot when you're trying to shoot running targets. So yeah, you have to like predict their moves and stuff. So yeah, and obviously the fire damage is invaluable. It's amazing. You could usually shoot any like camel cactus, or like any cactuses, or any like pea shooters that's rooted, or the sunflowers that's that's doing the solar beam and stuff. So yeah, you could easily vanquish those, especially especially the rooted plants like the pea shooter in turret mode and the sunflower in that solar beam form. It's the easiest. They're the easiest targets to kill because all you have to do is hang in the back or something, and yeah, just kill them. And you see this guy right there? He teleported a bit, but yeah, that's what you want to do. You see how much damage I took already? So yeah, and he was already at half health. So yeah. Do not engage in plants, as I said earlier, by yourself and stuff, like especially if it's a 2v1. But yeah, your biggest threat will probably be the armored chomper, because that thing has 225 health, and you're not gonna vanquish that thing immediately. And yeah, once he gets next to you with that biting power, he could vanquish you within seconds. So yeah, that's something you always gotta watch out for. Although there's not a lot of armored chompers, that's just something I experienced before. Like, they're really strong. they could withstand a lot of hits from this guy. Like, a lot of choppers could get up to you, negating, you know, the fire damage. So yeah. The best thing you want to do in those situations is not miss one shot. So yeah, if you miss a shot while a chomper, any chomper is approaching you while you're gooped, you're pretty much dead. So yeah. What else? Okay, as I said earlier, you have to practice your shot. Like, you see this guy right here? Like, I anticipated his moves and I was able to aim ahead because his projectile is kind of fast, but it's not as fast as the others. Like, you might see it going super fast, but in reality, it's just a bit slower, and that makes all the difference, especially in this game. So yeah, he's really good, and the sticky ball, you could use anything pretty much. But if you guys didn't know already, the sticky cheese ball that has like a bad hit detection. Like, usually like somebody runs by it and they don't get affected. Like, it explodes, but it doesn't affect them at all. But this one, the one I'm using now, like, it has a much better hit detection. Like, it never, like, if a plant passes through it, it never fails to hit them. So I don't know if that's a bug thing or not, but yeah. Because, like, a lot of the Cheetos characters, like, a lot of things had, like, the scientist, he was kind of bugged, I heard, from the beginning. So yeah, that's something you don't want to, like, mess with and stuff. So yeah, the best playstyle to do, you know, is to hang in the back. Basically, you can revive your teammates, throw down heal stations after a while, and just repeat the process. Don't be afraid of, you know, throwing down a heal station once in a while for yourself, because you'll probably be healing yourself more often than your teammates. So yeah, I only do that when I'm about to capture a guard. I just lay down a heal station there, and you know, any of my teammates that are coming through that, you know, are half health or trying to retreat and are half health, you know, they could get some help from that. So yeah, and I usually don't go in the middle of a garden, because if I do, I'll probably get destroyed by like 55 chili bean bombs. So yeah, that's the last place I want to be. So, you know, I just throw a heal station down in the middle, revive some teammates, and repeat the process. You could, you know, you could teleport and vanquish some people. Like this guy, like this cactus, I go around and look, he has no chance. Just 42 damage. But you have to get really close. You have to get really close for it to be 42 damage. Sometimes more closer than you're comfortable with. So yeah, you're gonna have to get used to that, and you have to get used to his shooting, especially on moving targets, because if there's a target circling around you at that close range, it's really hard to hit them. I'm gonna admit that. So yeah, as you see this guy there, he was on the ledge, and this guy destroys every camping plant. That's the thing I love about this guy. He basically destroys any of those camping plants. Oh, this guy, look, he ran away, right? And I just shoot him like 2 times. He was perfectly still. You see, this thing has great accuracy when you're perfectly still, but he doesn't. It doesn't when they're moving, and you have to really anticipate the shots. So yeah, and this guy just decides to explode when I try to heal him and stuff. So yeah, my teammates are moving pretty fast. I had another video I was gonna commentate on, but I did much better on it, but I did a really, you know, it was a really long video, and I probably run out of things to say by the time the video finished. So yeah, and as I said earlier, just throw the sticky bombs there. It does really good in the middle of the garden. You can also throw them where the pea shooters love going, like destroying the teleporters. You can place them next to it and stuff. And here, look, I do a bad job of trying to hit him. Look, you see that? Like, it's really hard hitting a moving target. And this pea shooter, he was shooting the All-Star's back, and then the All-Star was like, "Get the hell off of me!" And he just tackled the crap out of him. And yeah, you're gonna have to watch out for a lot of those. So yeah, a lot of chili bean bombs. Like, never teleport into a garden like blindly, especially when there's a when the foot soldiers, when they throw a stick bomb. When they throw a stinky bomb, never teleport into the garden, because usually there's like 2 chili bean bombs waiting to destroy you. So yeah. And right here, I'm going to give you an example of how good this guy's range is. So yeah, first let me just destroy some tall nuts right here. And yeah, what I noticed that one shot, it does like 25 then 16. So like, I don't know, the shot double penetrates for like the, you know, the tall nuts and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. So yeah, as you can see there, I'm shooting the canyon without any trouble, like that. You see? And then as you can see, you could barely see it, but this guy's in turret form, and look what I just do. I just shoot him from that far. Look, he's a still target, so I just completely destroy him before he even gets up. And I just do this taunt. That was such an awesome kill. Like, he didn't even see that coming. I can't even blame him. And he took 14 damage instead of 17 because he was rooted. If you didn't know, like when pea shooters are in turret mode, they take like, I don't know, like 15% less damage. Like they take less damage, but yeah, that was the full damage it does. They take like 20% less damage or 15, something like that, when they're in turret form. So yeah, if it weren't for that, I would have been doing the full 17 damage. So yeah, this thing does like 17 damage, like from any distance, except for like really, really close. So yeah. And this thing explodes. And as I said earlier, you want to throw the sticky bombs where the pea shooters, these annoying ass pea shooters, they always like, you know, they always try to use hyper and, you know, approach your the teleporter and stuff. And just throw like I don't know, just throw sticky bombs in the places you know they'll go. Like it takes a while, but you'll get their pattern. Like they go the same route every time. So you just throw like sticky bombs there and they'll get hit. They'll be down to like half HP, and you know you can just finish them off with like a splash or two. And yeah, the cactuses as well. Like, if you shoot somebody from super far, the thing will do 17 damage, and the fire damage will make them take an extra 20. So yeah, if you shoot like a cactus that's camping from super far, you'll be doing 37 damage to it. So yeah, and that's a really good way of getting them out of camping, because usually once an enemy is on fire, they panic immediately and they get the hell out of there. So yeah, if you see like a cactus like destroying your teammates, like camping, or a pea shooter in turret form, just start shooting from a safe distance. Make sure they don't see you though. But yeah. And here, as I said earlier, never engage in a 3v1. I'm gonna show you right here what happens when you engage a group of enemies. So yeah, let's say I did this on purpose, right, for the sake of the video. And you see how I immediately got destroyed. So, I mean, never, like, if I was the marine biologist, I would have destroyed these guys. But it's not. So yeah, as I had to show you there earlier, that I had to show you there at the cost of my streak, that it's not safe approaching a group of enemies. So yeah. If you get a group like 2 enemies, make sure they don't see you at all, even though I don't recommend it. But if you are gonna approach 2 enemies, do it when they're not looking at you. If you're approaching 1 enemy, do the same thing. Make sure they never see you. So yeah. So yeah, here I finish off the game. As I said, I play kind of, you know, like, you had to constantly be retreating, and here I just stay here like a moron, and I get vanquished. Because you see, like, once you take damage with him, you want to get the hell out of there immediately. So yeah, but I don't, as you can see how fragile he is. So yeah, you have to keep your distance, and the second you take damage, teleport, warp out of the way, and, you know, heal yourself. Constantly be healing yourself. Constantly lay down a heal station for your teammates and for yourself. But yeah, you'll probably be using most of it on yourself, as I said earlier. So yeah. I end the game with 25k coins earned. So yeah, that's how you play the Paleontologist. At least that's my playstyle. If you have any other playstyle, then yeah, feel free to tell me. I recently started using this guy, so yeah, I'll probably learn some other technique in the future. Like, I'll probably like have a different playstyle than him. So yeah, you could do a lot of stuff. Like, you see all those boasts I got, you could get all those boasts easily. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.